Improper fractions and mixed numbers. So these are things that people really struggle with, but it's stuff that does come up. We need to be able to understand the idea behind this and how to use them and add and multiply and do whatever we need to do with them. So let me give you an example of where we might see something like this. So let's start with the mixed number. In terms of real life application, if you're baking or something, or you're measuring for construction, you're going to use mixed numbers as opposed to improper fractions. But when you do calculations, the impropers are better. So let's take a look. So like, if I was to ask you, what is that? How long is that? All right. So this is these are inches. So if you look at it, it's, less than a foot. You can see 12 inches there. So what does this actually equal? Okay. Here's 11 inches. This is 11 inches and 1/4 or 1/4. Okay. What about something like this? You look at the black one, that's when we're looking at the black one. So it's 15 inches and some more. We look at that's halfway, and then it's a little bit more than half, right? So we'd have to count the same size lines. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's 15 and 5/8. So in the end, it can be confusing, especially if you're trying to read a tape measure, but these are things that we're going to need to eventually understand in some capacity. So let's look at dealing with these mixed numbers and improper fractions, how we can use them. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to convert each mixed number to an improper fraction. So here's the question we're going to do. Let me kind of give you some background stuff. So basically, you have a mixed number, and they say mixed, so you have wholes. The 5 is a whole number, and the 4th is a fraction. They're mixed together, right? So you have a front number, a top number, and a bottom number. Those aren't mathematical terms, but just so we can understand it. So how do you take this mixed number and turn it into an improper fraction, meaning you don't have the mixed part, you just have the fraction part. So the formula is you're going to have a new fraction, and it's going to be the front number times the bottom number plus the top number, and then you're going to put the same number on the bottom. Okay. So in this case, it's going to be 5 times 4. That's the front times the bottom plus the top number, and then you use the same denominator, and then you're going to multiply those together, and you get 21/4. 21/4 is the same thing as 5 and 1/4. This is a mixed number, the front one, and the back one is an improper. Improper are much easier to use in terms of algebra and solving. When you're measuring or baking or something like that, like I said earlier, the mixed number is better. So it kind of really depends on the application. So you need to convert between the two. All right, let's look at another one, right? So we're going to do this. So we're going to do the front number times the bottom number plus the top number. That's going to give us our new numerator, right? So we're going to get 16, because it's 2 times 8 plus 3, 16 plus 3. And we get 19/8, right? Mixed number, improper fraction. Okay. So this negative number, people get kind of weird because you're going to add stuff. So what you got to keep in mind, this is just a negative value, okay? So I'm going to turn this into an improper fraction. Just remember, when I'm all done, it's negative. Okay, so I'm still going to do 4 times 7 plus 5, right? I get 28 plus 5, and then the whole thing is negative, all right? So this is nice to go for mixed improper. Going the other way is a little bit more work. You have to run that backwards. So what you have to do is some division. So what you do is you actually take the fraction form and do the old school long division. And I ask myself, well, how many times does 8 go into 19? It goes in there 2 times. Then I do the division, 2 times 8, and then subtract that number. And then I get a remainder, okay? So the remainder, right, is going to be our new numerator. And the number up top here is our new front number, right? So if I did 2 times 8, right, that's 16 plus 3, that's 19 if I was to go backwards. Okay, let's do another one. So I do division, right? So how many times does 6 go into 25? It goes in there 4 times, gives me 24. Subtract that. So my remainder is 1. That's my new numerator. I still have the same denominator of 6, right? And then there's my whole number, 4 and 1/6.